something that wasn't safe?
Yeah, definitely.
So what happened? What did the resident do? What happened that was not safe?
Got up and walked with socks on.
So you have a
And
resident,
have shoes on and shouldn't have been walking anyways.
okay, so a resident that shouldn't be walking is walking. What else? We've had worse than that.
Trying to crawl out of bed.
Crying in bed,
Not using any walker.
not
Or
using
assistance.
something to keep them stable.
Working out in the snowstorm
Walking out in a snowstorm
Martin Dubowski.
with no coat.
with no coat.
Or socks.
So for those of you who've experienced this, which I know we all have, how did you handle it? So how do you handle a resident doing something that's not safe? Climbing out of bed when they shouldn't be.
Go help them.
You go help them? How does that go?
Sometimes it goes okay, but sometimes they still don't want your help. And
Okay.
then you have to just kind of supervise and guide and wait till the other help comes in.
So sometimes the residents are okay with you helping, and other times they're like, I'm fine. Going back to that, you're not my mother. I don't need your help getting into my own bed, thank you. I can walk on my own. I don't need that walker.
Yeah.
What else? What about, we don't use alarms anymore, but we used to. Was anyone here when we used alarms? And then
Yeah.
around this way?
Actually, somebody
So what happens when somebody's got an alarm and they stand up? What do we do?
We
Run
run.
down there.
Sit down! Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to what we talked about before, that feeling that knowing what happens where we have cortisol that goes into our brain and we shut down, do you think that was the best way to handle it?
No.
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 So knowing that,
For some,
Yelling
But
and
for some,
screaming and
yeah.
running.
because if
that
they would
scares
hear
them
it,
more.
then they'd be like, oh geez, I did something wrong, and sit back down.
and then knowing what she also said though about the way we process. So if we hear something, we immediately look, which in some situations is the last thing we want them to do,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So knowing that, what do you think we should do? Or what could you do differently?
Distract them. Like, depending. Like, if they're jumping out of their chair constantly, try to do something with them.
Maybe using some distraction. So connecting with them in some kind of way, right?
Mhm. Maybe they're
Go for a
hungry.
walk.
Give them something to eat.
So
That'll-
offer all
that'll-
those kind of
yeah, just
alternatives,
kind of,
Maybe they need the bathroom.
yeah.
right? And then the way we approach them
Mhm.
should change, right? Instead of that hyper alerted, because all we did was freak them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they probably stopped.
Probably not
Or
safely.
startled them and they fell.
Yeah.
Cracked their head open. He's courting.
Now they're in the hospital.
So again, we'll talk about this a lot more later after dinner, but we need to get their visual. We need to get that visual with them first before we're yelling, talking, touching.